While most entrepreneurs just want to be left alone to pursue their great ideas, pretty soon everyone realizes the importance of bringing your accounting and finance people into the room and giving them a seat at the table. For every decision or deal that a manager makes, they need to be able to answer the question, how will this make me look? In other words, will it make me look more profitable or less profitable, more risky or less risky? Our friends at NEPCO have now completed their first year of operations and are finding they must prepare a presentation that will tell, hopefully, a great story about their first year of operations. But they'd better be sure they can speak the language of finance that their investors know and understand. Let's look in as they discuss this.
So, did you guys ever figure out what we can and can't call a sale? Did you meet with the accountants?
Yes, we did. And as Bradley suggested, they had their own special set of rules that they use for this stuff.
Okay.
Not only can you recognize sales before you even have the cash, you have to do that. It's a little bizarre, but when they explain it to me, it kind of makes sense.
Okay, sounds good, but what does that mean for us?
So, bottom line, you see what I did? So, bottom line, only the boats that have been completed, delivered, and accepted by the customer can be accepted as a sale.
It seems obvious now, but the accountants had some really good ideas on how we can write and present our sales contracts so that we can get the money. Now we're asking every customer to formally sign off the boat is finished and do an inspection. They can do it or hire a third party.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Yeah.
And our salespeople love it because it gives them an opportunity to have an end of sale conversation, which can often lead to more sales. And since we've been doing this, we've been getting the cash 30 days faster.
That's great.
It's worked out well in my shop, too. Everybody's more focused now, so we can actually take care of those last-minute details necessary before, we deliver the boat.
Good to hear.
I've got to give Bradley and his team a big hand on this one. They really came through in the last quarter. They did some amazing work and really coordinated with the accounting group, and in the end, we pretty much got everything we could into our sales number.
That's great. This is all really good news. Bradley, what about those problem employees you had? How's that going?
That's actually gotten a lot better, too. See, I did two things. So
Okay.
I started holding these weekly town hall meetings where people can raise pretty much whatever issue they have, and I'm not at those meetings. But the second thing was I started offering free coffee and a light breakfast to people who showed up before our start time at 8 o'clock. And oddly enough, everybody's on time now.
I like that. Very creative. Okay, so we have the meeting with our investors coming up in just 2 weeks, actually. So we need to start thinking about what we want to present, what we want to lead with. And while we think about that, we got invited to a VC conference with the theme, New Disruptors in Old Industries. So I'm thinking that whatever we put together for our investors, we could use there too.
I certainly think we should talk about things like sales, since we seem to have solved that problem to a certain extent. And that's helped us run cash flow positive through December, which I think is a huge achievement.
That's also boring. I mean, is that all we're about? Just sales and cash flow? I have resin that can dry in less than 30 minutes, which allows us to put on the primer in a third of the time as the industry standard.
Whoa, little technical there, don't you think?
Our boats are best in class.
I mean, I like it. Well, actually, I love it because that's what makes us us, but I just don't know if it's something we want to lead with in the investor presentation. It's great to have in our back pocket for a Q&A, but I'm not so sure about it being in our main points.
I'm not so sure. The technical stuff is hard to grasp, but it's really our competitive advantage. And I'd also like to talk about our backlog. We have about 20 boats that are ordered, and we haven't even begun production.
All good points, but I think we need to talk in a language our investors expect and understand. Language they're used to hearing when they hear about their other investments.
Like what? What do you mean?
Probably things like ROI, gross margin, ROA, EBITDA.
What are you talking about? What does that even mean?
Well, it sounds like Will's been spending time with our accountants.
That's an understatement. I tell you, I spent 5 minutes with those guys, and I have no idea what they're talking about. It's like a whole nother language. And I don't understand it at all. I mean, I understand it a little, but not enough to really engage with them.
I get that. I mean, I get it all the time from our investors. It's acronym city over there. EBIT, EBITDA, ROI, ROE, ROA, leverage this, leverage that, acronym. It's like a completely different language.
Yeah, well, if you want to learn a language, you better take a language class.
Exactly. So, maybe we should get our accountants in here and see if they could help us out.
Why do we always end these meetings needing to talk to the accountants?